On September 10th, just 13 hours after Apple in the United States released its new iPhone 16 series, Huawei of China also held a press conference in Shenzhen, Guangdong Province, officially launching its first trifolding screen mobile phone, Mate XT, named Extraordinary Master. The price starts from RMB 19,999 yuan, which is US 2,800 per unit. So what are the needs of the first batch of people who are willing to spend a high price to buy a Huawei Mate XT? On the evening of September 13th, Zhou Hongyi, founder and chairman of 360 Group, posted a video on Weibo saying that he compared Huawei's threefold screen mobile phone Mate XT and the iPhone 16, and felt that Huawei's hardware innovation is indeed far ahead and far beyond Apple. Can you see who I am? Hello, is this Xiao Li? I've been studying iPhones and Huawei's Mate XT for 2 days. I do feel that Huawei's hardware innovation is far ahead of Apple's. For example, sometimes I feel embarrassed in these public places and I want to use the phone to hide myself. I can't cover my face with an iPhone, but things will be different with Huawei's Mate XT. So this is the first advantage I have summarized recently. The second one is to eat instant noodles when I'm busy at work. A very important function on my mobile phone is holding down the instant noodles lid. Let me demonstrate that if you eat 2 packages of instant noodles at the same time, it's difficult for a mobile phone to hold down the 2 instant noodle covers. But it'll be different with the Huawei Mate XT. You see, it can cover 2 bowls of instant noodles at the same time. My efficiency in eating instant noodles has doubled, and the pressure is more solid, so I will definitely not buy an iPhone 16. Someone just said that few people eat 2 bowls of instant noodles at the same time. I think Huawei also has an advantage when eating 1 bowl of instant noodles. For example, after you pour water, this side may become warped. If you use the mobile phone to press it, it will always be impossible to press it completely. It will either press to this side or that side, and both sides will warp in the middle. But Huawei is different. Let me demonstrate. It can perfectly suppress all the instant noodles, ensuring that no heat leaks out, ensuring that the temperature of the instant noodles is high enough, and then allowing the flavor of the seasoning packet to penetrate into every instant noodle. Therefore, using Huawei Mate XT instant noodles has a more thorough flavor, is more cooked, and tastes better. I have discovered new advantages of Mate XT and will report them to you at any time. On September 23rd, another entrepreneur, Wu Shichuan, a China Plum Blossom venture capital partner, also released a video. He said everyone investing in the stock market deserves to own Huawei's threefold mobile phone because it can cover the face. Aren't you afraid of people asking about the return on investment? I went to Huawei Executive Director Yu Changdong and asked for a Huawei Mate XT trifold screen phone. Yu Changdong gave me one of his most classic models in red. The workmanship is still very delicate and very thin. I am interested in 2 functions of this mobile phone. First, because we issue new stocks and bonds in the primary market, we are afraid that others will ask us about our return on investment when we go outside. If we block ourselves like this, can you know who I am? Another reason is that income has also dropped now, and this is the standard for business trips. If you only use an iPhone, you can't cover 2 instant noodles, right? But once you have this magical device, you can cover the instant noodles. This works very well. Then, if you lower the standard and make 1 cup of instant noodles, you will cover it tightly so the fragrance will never leak out. Every investor in the primary market deserves to own this trifold phone, which can cover your face and make instant noodles. 2 well-known Chinese entrepreneurs have concluded that Huawei's latest threefold mobile phone cover is the most suitable for instant noodles. Many netizens left comments in the comment area below these videos. Buying a mobile phone for 20,000 yuan just to cover it with instant noodles is so rich. How come what I see is so full of satire on Huawei? This is the most awesome high-level smear I have ever seen. Huawei did not introduce the core configuration parameters of this threefold mobile phone at the press conference. So how many nanometer chips does it use? Martin Yang, a senior analyst of emerging technologies at Oppenheimer & Company, said in an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box Asia, Huawei's chip capabilities are still a weakness. Apple's iPhone 16 series now uses the second generation 3nm process, and the performance of this year's mobile phones has improved by 10 to 15% compared to last year's first generation 3nm process. Huawei is still unable to use any process below 7 nanometers. According to some internet news, this phone should use Kirin 9610 and the processor is 7 nanometers. The technology is basically the same as 5 years ago. A netizen named Leo World said, Huawei's so-called high-end phones are all without chip models. If you ask the official customer service center, they won't tell you. Another netizen also said, looking up the configuration of Huawei's trifold mobile phone on JD.com, the chip section is still afraid to disclose the model. Some netizens said that Huawei's promotion of far ahead and far beyond violates national advertising laws. Take a look at this video. The model, parameters, performance, and other information of Huawei's threefold mobile phone must be explained. The most core accessories and core things were not mentioned at the press conference, which still confuses me. The market price of such an expensive mobile phone has reached tens of thousands, and millions of people across the internet have made reservations to buy it. Are we, the ordinary people in China, really so wealthy that we can spend tens of thousands on the phone without looking at the configuration parameters of the phone or considering cost effectiveness? The second point is whether the advertising law still has real legal effect. I believe that people with some legal knowledge should be very clear that words such as far ahead, far beyond, thinnest, best, strongest, most advanced, etc. are absolutely against the national advertising law. In addition, Huawei Managing Director Yu Chengdong introduced at the new product launch conference that the world's first trifolding screen mobile phone was independently developed. So what is the real situation? We dare to make breakthroughs and dare to be extraordinary. Today, we will once again rewrite the history of the industry, turn science fiction into reality, and lead a new era of folding devices. According to mainland Chinese media, Huawei's Mate XT threefold mobile phone has an LTPO OLED screen exclusively supplied by the manufacturing supplier BOE. As early as February 2019, Radio France Internationale published a report titled, CNN, Samsung's folding screen technology was stolen and sold to China, and 11 people were involved. The content said, on November 29, 2018, it was stated that a total of 11 people were involved in the case of stealing and selling OLED edge flexible board technology developed by Samsung Electronics to China, 9 of whom were from the same Korean display production equipment supplier, including the supplier's CEO and 8 employees. 3 of them were detained, 2 more Chinese on the run. South Korea asked Interpol to assist in the arrest. South Korean prosecutors said that this South Korean display production equipment supplier sold the OLED screen soft technical drawings and other information created by Samsung to Chinese companies through a shell company established in advance, making a profit of approximately US $13.8 million. The whistleblowers also used aliases, fictitious phone numbers, and personal email addresses to avoid detection. According to other news, 4 Chinese companies, including Huawei's mobile phone screen manufacturing supplier BOE, have obtained the above-mentioned technology. In June 2023, Samsung Electronics launched a patent lawsuit against BOE technology for the first time, attracting attention from the outside world. Samsung filed a patent infringement lawsuit against China's largest display company, BOE, in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Texas, accusing BOE of misappropriating 5 organic light-emitting diode OLED display patents developed by the company for iPhone 12. Previously, BOE had also stolen Samsung technology through various means. Nikkei Shimbun also reported that according to BOE technology engineers, many Samsung engineers were poached to BOE between 2015 and 2016. Currently, about 120 Koreans work in their factories and laboratories, including 50 former Samsung engineers. Let's take a look at the performance and quality of Huawei's threefold mobile phone. Online social platform X-user @Morris_LT retweeted a short video posted by a Chinese woman on September 24th. The screen of her new Huawei folding phone leaked after only 1 month of use, and Huawei's customer service staff asked her to pay several thousand yuan more for repairs. The woman was angry and exposed the matter online. Let's listen to the recording of her phone call with Huawei's customer service department. The appearance of my mobile phone does not have any bumps. I have only used it for less than a month. In this case, you asked me to spend more than 10,000 yuan to repair the mobile phone at my own expense after using it for a month. I can't agree. So I've had 6 of your colleagues call me about this problem, and each time they told me the same thing. I had to pay for the repair. I want to ask you, don't you think that such a big quality problem has occurred in less than a month? Can you be irresponsible? Every time you call me, you say the same thing. Aren't you wasting everyone's time? Madame, we take your feedback very seriously, but the current situation of our equipment makes us unable to provide a warranty. We have communicated many times and can give you a discount. Discount? Let me tell you, even if you ask me to spend 100 yuan, I am not willing to pay. I think there is something wrong with the quality of your product. You can't even repair it, and you ask me to pay for it. First of all, during the repair process, I've already felt worried about the quality of the product. I am also worried that there will be a problem next time. Secondly, you asked me to spend extra money on repairs. How can you be so irresponsible? There is also a well-known Chinese car blogger, Shenzhen. He commented that using Huawei mobile phones feels like being monitored. The reason was that he bought a Mate XT trifold mobile phone and unpacked it at the airport. After unpacking it, he threw the box into the trash can. After this video was released, it was immediately dubbed by fans as the crudest, most casual, and most pretentious unboxing on the internet. Later, many fans took this throwing box to a certain level, thinking that Shenzhen was disrespectful to Huawei, which triggered online exposure. Just such a small thing can cause such a big disturbance, and this comment has even reached the level of saying that Shenzhen, you are disrespectful to this product. Some fans of a certain brand were dissatisfied with Shenzhen. Shenzhen received a review sample of Huawei's trifold mobile phone, but a prototype management application locked the phone. Shenzhen expressed dissatisfaction with this and later discovered that the prototype needed to be registered before it could be used. Unlocked, Shenzhen said that he felt that he was being watched, which was unpleasant. However, because this matter was too sensitive, a certain fan did not want to keep it public, so they had to look for trouble and attack Shenzhen for throwing the mobile phone packaging box. However, Shenzhen was not convinced and directly responded with a video. Why am I the only one disrespecting the product? It's just a matter of throwing away the packaging box. And in that situation, at the airport, I didn't have room to put this large piece of stuff in my bag after I unpacked it, so I threw it in the trash can. If you insist on saying there was something wrong with my video, I tell you I threw it in the wrong trash can. Why? At that time, I had to throw the pile of paper boxes into the recyclable bin. So, if you can't accept my behavior, my boarding gate should be C25 at that time. Anyway, you can go find the box yourself. Maybe it's still there now. Less than 48 hours after Huawei's trifold mobile phone was officially released, the market price dropped like an avalanche. What is the reason? On September 20th, Huawei's trifold mobile phone was officially launched for sale. The scalper price has been as high as RMB 60,000 to RMB 70,000. Some people are even selling it for RMB 380,000. The number of pre-orders also exceeded 6.5 million. After that, the market enthusiasm dropped rapidly. No one even bought the black mobile phone. The news appeared on Baidu's hot search on September 24th. The so-called scalper price refers to the fact that some people purchase mobile phones after booking in advance, not to use them themselves, but to resell them for profit. Regarding the reasons for the avalanche of scalper prices, netizens summarized 3 reasons. One is that ordinary consumers are not yet very receptive to smartphones with trifold screens, or the target consumer groups for this type of mobile phone are not broad. For ordinary users, there is not much demand for daily use. The second is the price. As a high-end Huawei product, even according to the official original price, the starting price of 20,000 yuan is not affordable for ordinary consumers. The third is that Huawei claims to work overtime to expand production capacity so the market will have sufficient supply. Finally, let's take a look at 2 videos that reflect the true aspirations of ordinary Chinese people. This Huawei trifold mobile phone didn't last for 2 days, and the scalper's mentality collapsed first. In the beginning, the price was increased by tens of thousands for speculation, then by 10 or 20,000, and now no one wants it even after it's increased by several thousand. There are 2 core reasons for this. First, this product is a good-for-nothing product. The second point is that if you spend 20,000 yuan to buy a mobile phone in this economic situation, even rich people have to evaluate whether it's worth it. So in the end, the sales of this phone will not be very good.
一个手机还真的是
Is a
当成
mobile
传家宝
phone
了吗？
considered a
手
family
机是做
heirloom?
不了奢侈品的，因为它更新换代非常
Mobile phones cannot be used as luxury goods because they are updated very quickly.
等等这些东西，你可以放个10来年
You can keep things like leather bags, gold, watches, jewelry, etc. for 10 or 20 years.
量产品，它不是孤品。
Although a rich man is rich, he is not stupid.
但他并不傻。
If the price of a mobile phone is so high that there are still people rushing to buy it, it only means that these buyers are not buying it with their own money.
自己的钱去买。我是尹铮铮。